clever cleaning life of the returned genius hunter. When ace hunter Junwoo Kim is betrayed and regresses 10 years into the past, he must take on a new humble occupation: magical janitor. The art style is bright and energetic as we see cocky genius Junwoo forced to clean dungeon toilets while piecing his strength back together. What makes this manhwa shine is the snappy humor and character dynamics. Junwoo's brash arrogance clashes hilariously with his meat cleaner colleagues as he struggles to hide his identity. If you want something genuinely funny with a sprinkle of action to wash away the dourness of the typical gaming regression fantasy, definitely dive into this gem of a series. Strongest Level 1. The craziest underdog story you'll ever binge. Our dude Lee Junwoo gets betrayed by his party and left for dead after a failed boss raid. But just when he thinks it's game over, bam! He finds a magical dagger that resets his level. The catch? No matter how strong he gets, his level is stuck at 1. This manhwa is insane. Watching Junwoo absolutely decimate enemies while still technically being level 1 never gets old. And the art and fight choreography are breathtaking. I'm talking vivid colors, sweeping landscapes, huge splash pages of battles. It's non-stop eye candy. And that's not even mentioning the awesome power system with the dagger. So creative. Strongest Level 1 takes all the classic power fantasy elements and injects them with adrenaline. The pacing is relentless and the MC is lovable, and it makes isekai tropes feel brand new again. An absolute must-read for 2024. Weapon Maker. It centers on Shin Jun-seo, a support with a rare creation ability who is treated poorly despite his skills. After awakening the power of memory succession, allowing him to draw on skills from his past life, Jun-seo joins a new guild for a dungeon raid. With its blend of reincarnation and second chance themes, dungeon crawling adventures, and a misfit protagonist determined to prove his worth, Weapon Maker is shaping up to be a standout new manhwa. The exceptional artwork pairs perfectly with the imaginative story. If you enjoy heroic underdog tales with supernatural elements and high-stakes action, Weapon Maker needs to be on your 2023 reading list. The captivating adventure will draw you in right away.
Next, we have Revenge of the Flame streamer. Akagi Inma was a nobody until his sister, a famous streamer, got murdered. Now, he is fueled by rage, cursed with a demon contract, and stronger every time he gets flamed online. Yup, this dude literally powers up from internet hate. The concept is wild, but the execution is surprisingly fire. Enma becomes a streamer herself, hunting evil with brutal justice and digital flair. It's revenge with a Wi-Fi connection and a kill count. If you enjoy offbeat power systems, emotional backstories, and justice served with memes, then this is a manhwa worth binging. Next on the list is Dungeon Crawler Carl. Carl's life is already a mess. He's dealing with a breakup when aliens decide to turn Earth into their twisted game show. Now, he's trapped in a brutal dungeon with his ex-cat, Princess Donut, trying to survive insane traps and monsters. It's like Shaw meets Dungeons and Dragons but with a sprinkle of dark comedy. The aliens are watching for entertainment while Carl is trying not to die horribly. The manhwa perfectly captures those it can't get any worse moments, except it always does. If you want a mix of brutal survivor and bizarre humor, then this one is for you.
The Regressed S-Class Adventurer's Quest Life. Talk about a crazy plot twist! Gyomiyaki was a super fast assassin until he defeated a monster threatening humanity by sacrificing himself. But then, he time travels 20 years into the past with a bonus quest to become the strongest adventurer ever. Mind blown! This manhwa has it all. Action, adventure, a second chance story, and likely some hilarious moments as Aki navigates his new reality. The first few chapters hook you with Aki's killer, pun intended, skills, and give you just enough of a taste to be desperate for more assassin antics. A fresh, exciting read.
Conquering dungeons with copy-paste. Sano Haruto, a low-ranking adventurer who has always been treated like an errant boy. Why, you ask? Well, he's got this core skill called copy-paste, and let me tell you, it made leveling up next to impossible. Poor guy even got kicked out of the hunter guild he belonged to. Haruto accidentally discovers that his useless skill is actually the best and maybe even the strongest one out there. With this power, he is aiming to save the world from a major disaster and become the top hunter. Now, this manhwa has got some seriously intense fighting scenes, so if you are a fan of that kind of thing, then you are in for a real treat. And get this, the protagonist is a necromancer user, a real plus in my book. The story is solid, the art is great, the characters are just plain compelling. So if you're looking for an adventure tale with a twist, then Conquering Dungeons with copy-paste is definitely one to check out.
Dungeons and Artifacts. In this manhwa, we meet Stetch Atelier, an explorer hired by a devious prince to guide him through a deadly dungeon. But in a shocking twist, the prince tricks Stetch into triggering a fatal curse. Just when all hope seems lost, Stetch is resurrected by a sentient artifact that makes him an offer he can't refuse. Help it grow stronger and it will aid his quest for vengeance. From there, Stetch embarks on an epic journey raiding dungeons, slaying monsters, and slowly amassing power. Every beast he defeats allows the artifact to absorb their mana, making Stetch an ever-growing threat hellbent on payback. Set in a richly crafted world of human kingdoms, elves, dwarves, and dungeons housing powerful artifacts, Dungeons and Artifacts is a masterclass in classic fantasy world building. The well-paced story and fleshed-out characters will keep you hooked throughout Stetch's meteoric rise. If you're craving an epic tale of artifact hunting, monster slaying, and a protagonist's sheer force of will overcoming the ultimate betrayal, Dungeons and Artifacts needs to be your #1 read. Dungeon Odyssey. RMC Jinwoo is a dungeon baby himself but lives a chill life as a guide on the surface. That is, until an expedition goes south and he somehow becomes the owner of a straight-up monster dungeon. Jinwoo has to balance managing his epic labyrinth while fending off adventures and other dungeon babies trying to steal his turf. The world building here with the dungeon system and monster designs is next level, and the illustrations bring Jinwoo's climbs for dungeon supremacy to life. Overall, if you love kingdom building stories, OPMCs, and monster battles, Dungeon Odyssey needs to be on your 2024 list. The storytelling, art, and premise have me totally invested in Jinwoo's rise. For any manhwa fan seeking an overpowered MC who grows exponentially in strength, solo leveling is undisputedly #1. We follow Jinwoo, the weakest E-class hunter who discovers a way to level up that leaves even his fellow hunters in awe. Artist Do-Goon Im's detailed action sequences showcase Jinwoo dismantling enemies with fluid, awe-inspiring abilities. The pacing is perfect as mysteries unfold around Jinwoo's new powers. If you like manhwa like Tower of God, where the protagonist dominates through grit and talent, this is essential viewing. I was hooked from the start by Jinwoo's underdog story and recommend it to any fans of the genre.